We do 2 evening events like this every month. We invite each ward is divided into polling districts on the electoral register. And we simply write to one polling district because it's a nice, neat, about 1,000 households. So you might get a neighbour on the other side of the road that didn't get a letter, and you did because you may be in a different polling district. Cheryl will record all of the issues raised, and then within the next 2 to 3 days, she will prepare an action list which goes off to the relevant heads of department in the council for them to either act on. And so if you've got potholes, if there are damaged pavements, if there's graffiti, all the things that kind of get under the skin of local residents, any of those issues will then be reported to the relevant heads of service for them to take action. If they can't take action, they have to come back and say why not, because sometimes we have to deal with Transport for London or the utility companies, and either we don't have the power to intervene or it takes a great deal of time to sort out. So within about 3 weeks of tonight, you should receive a set of notes which are not particularly sophisticated. It will simply be a record of all the issues raised and which head of service has been charged with dealing with the action. And then about 2 to 3 weeks after that, so within about 7 to 8 weeks of tonight, you will then get a final set of notes which will tell you the final action that was taken, or if it couldn't be taken, why not. It will also repeat all the contact details of both Cheryl, myself. My business cards are available at the end, so it allows you to, and I usually live to regret this, it allows you to email or phone me at the town hall if you've got any local issues. Obviously I know your ward council as well, and some of the issues I may give back to them to deal with. It's a very local issue. If it's more of a policy issue, then obviously we feed that into the pot. Does it work? Not always. You won't always get what you want. Sometimes that's a simple fact of life that we can't do everything. Budgets are always tight, and sometimes we simply don't have the money. But we'll give you an honest answer as to whether we can agree to a request or not. It has changed the council's policy. When we started this about 18 months ago, or nearly 2 years ago now, one of the common issues that kept coming up, the common issues that was raised, was pavements. Now, that then led to a direct change in the following budget, where it was an extra £1 million into pavement repairs. And so, what you tell us tonight, you might not get an instant result, you might not get the result you want, but generally speaking, it helps formulate the council's priorities going forward.